Yes, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're here again to bring you Monday Night Raw results, to break it down for you, give you some of the action. If you followed me today because of the little exchange we had at the supermarket, thank you for following me. Seth Rollins, I was shopping with the wife. Somebody had a Seth Rollins shirt, and I told the guy to burn it down. And that's all, the conversation was started. And,
That'll do it.
Yeah, I let him know that we do a little podcast over here to cover everything. And, if he doesn't want to pay for pay-per-views anymore, he doesn't have to, because I'll give him the full show with the full play-by-play that I do. That's going to be coming up July 30th for SummerSlam. For the main event, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, number 8. Right? This is the 8th time they're fighting. They tell us it's going to be the final time they're fighting. The last man, the last stand. You're happy about that, right?
Thank God. Thank God.
Well, anyway, welcome to the show, Gilch. Welcome back. How you doing? Everything's been good with you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Dave, who can't make it tonight. Probably because, Raw was mediocre at best tonight. Opens up live from Florida, Tampa. We're coming at you from the Amalie Arena. And I was pretty shocked at the opening of Monday Night Raw tonight. You're not seeing double on your screen or seeing anything fuzzy. That is a picture or, a cartoon of Titus O'Neil. And, he was the main event, right? He's the main event player, primetime player. This guy's been in a lot of factions. He's a Hall of Famer. He's apparently now the WWE ambassador, right? The world ambassador. Not just the ambassador, the worldwide ambassador. He tells us, when he came to WWE to become a tag team champion, he entered the WWE. That's how I already know this guy's a loser. When you come to WWE to become a tag team champion, and he says it like he means it too, like he came here to become a tag team champion. Apparently entered the Hall of Fame as a Warrior recipient. He thought he reached the height of his personal achievement, but then he says now he reached the pinnacle by becoming your global WWE ambassador. I guess this is a good thing, right? They support good causes. They support, family, community, they mention. He says this helps bring all these people together to do good. And that's what WWE likes to do. We like to do good. We get the chance to go all over and spread goodwill and goodness. And that's why you never hear us talk about politics or religion or any subject matter that's decisive. And I thought that was a pretty strange line, because over the years I've heard some pretty political, if not sometimes religious, storylines throughout the years. And I'm not talking about maybe recently. We're talking about the golden days. You had the politics with, what's his name? Sergeant Slaughter going to war with Iraq. I mean, am I right, wrong? What do you think about all this?
The one that sticks out to me the most, and I think it was post-Attitude Era, if I remember, was, I can't remember who the heck was involved, but they all came in dressed like as terrorists with like jabs and in a black. Do you remember that segment?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but who was it for? Was it for who was the main star of the act?
How do I not remember this? Wait a minute. Go on while I take this.
I'll take your time, man. I mean, it's important that you try to remember this. If not, I'm trying to think right now, too, of others. I mean, we've had plenty of stuff with race. I mean, you had the whole Nation of Domination and DX. They were going back and forth, and that's pretty decisive, right? You have religion when you have, all the people from, what was that association they had? They would come out and, with the white shirts and the ties, and I think Ivory was in it, The Godfather was in it, Stevie Richards was in it, and they would come out. I can't remember the fucking name because it was so fucking terrible. But, they would come out, the alarm would come on, and, they would tell you exactly. So, I mean, for him to make a statement like that, it just shows you how desperate they are to try to just get any kind of good PR because of what's been going on. They're just trying to, completely step away from what happened a few weeks ago when Vince was just coming out with his power plays, not giving a fuck, and using the absolute last of whatever little power he had left on TV, at least. Because I don't think we're going to see Vince again on TV anytime soon. I mean, I just don't. I think he got it out of his system. He did what he wanted to do, said what he wanted to say. I really don't think we're going to see him again. Because they probably got to the point where, like, all right, yeah, like, your dad can't come on TV anymore, like, right now. It's just getting out of control. So, I mean, they had to shut Vince down. So, what's the solution? Let's get Titus O'Neil. We're going to go talk about, how good we are and all the good things we do. I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest with you. I got a kick out of it.
Quickly, the winner of the Wrestling Observer newsletter's most disgusting promotional tactic award in the year 2005? It was WWE portraying of Muhammad Hassan as a Muslim fed up with how his people are portrayed in the media, and he feels held back because of his anti-Muslim sentiment.
That's pretty hardcore.
Quickly, with a viewing audience still singing from 9/11, Hassan had 4 masked goons come out and attack The Undertaker with piano wire and clubs. To make things worse, it was the same night as terrorist bombing in London. WWE certainly had some dead person storyline with this one.
Yeah, that was bad. That's bad writing. Is anybody watching TV in the room you're in, or is that just you leaving on the TV?
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I just wanted to... Yeah, see, I figured it out. But yeah, I thought this whole thing was bad. I'm sure Gilch is going to agree that this whole thing just... For me, it didn't come off as, like, legitimate. Maybe to some other people who aren't, like, long-term fans like I am are going to, like, take this as some kind of, like, real truth to it. This is, like, just trying to put paint on a busted up fucking, dent. That's what I think. That's how I look at it. I don't know if you agree, but
yeah, totally.
It just threw me off guard because lately, with wrestling being in the state that it's in, you would think that, all these announcements we hear TV 14, this and that. So I think they're just trying to squeeze off as much good PR as they can before whoever's in charge right now, which obviously I think it's Jeff Jarrett and Stephanie McMahon. And you probably have a couple other heavy hitters working directly with the talent, working directly with some storylines. Tonight you're going to see some change. Not much change. Out of the whole night, there was one match that I was actually shocked to even hear and see. We'll get into that in a little bit. But let's start off the night with, Big Time Bex coming down to the ring, gets on the mic, welcomes us to the big time. She starts talking about the little engine that could. She kept going on and on about all the obstacles she had to go over in her journey since Mania. She's like, I'm like the blue choo-choo, right? She's like, no, that's not me. I'm a steady steel locomotive, and you can call me Big Time Bex Express. And when Big Time Bex Express becomes unhinged, it can't be stopped. Says all her, talk right now is going to lead to her becoming the new Raw Women's Champion. And, she's going to do whatever it takes to get back. She's going to get revenge. She wants to be the face of the Raw Women's Division again. She's just talking shit. Same shit we've seen the last few weeks. Bianca comes out. We're going to see a match coming up between Bianca and Carmella. And Becky Lynch is already outside. Bianca comes out, says you can't even sit on the sidelines and witness my greatness without interfering. Fans were now chanting EST, which kind of caught me off guard because she doesn't usually always get a pop in every arena. So in Florida, they're definitely EST fans. They were digging her. Bianca tells fans to hold up. Becky, you can do whatever it is to try to take that focus off of me, but, this ain't going to be the Becky comeback story. This is the Bianca comeback story. And after what you did to me at SummerSlam, I looked at, every opportunity as an ability to get revenge for my reputation. And look at us now. Full circle, she says, I'm going to kick your ass back to Ireland, which I thought that was a little out there. That's not your typical Bianca line. So she kind of went past her comfort level. Did you catch this line?
I did not.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It was okay. Carmella now making her way to the ring says you're making a mistake by overlooking me. I'm a badass with a great ass, and last week I beat you. You got distracted by Becky and could not make it back in the ring in time, or maybe you just realized that you were outmatched by me and you just stayed out of the ring a little bit. She was just talking her shit. Bianca starts to tell us that she's the bestest, the fastest, the blah 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 blah, and then of course Becky and Carmella just double team the shit out of her before the match starts and we go to break. The match comes back. I honestly gave this match, I'm gonna say it right from the start, it was a 2-star. Nothing special. They started off just going for a Hurricane Rana, but Bianca turns it into a backbreaker. That was a good spot. You had 2 stiff forearms and a drop kick that was kind of shitty, followed by a fall-away slam that made up for it. Carmella then dodges the springboard attack attempt from Bianca. Bianca now tries to get Carmella in the ring, and we see Becky start to try to interfere a little bit during the match to get Bianca's attention with the distraction, because I don't know if you knew this, Gilch, but they had told us that if Bianca gets counted out tonight, she loses. And Carmella would be the new champion. So all night long, you're just seeing Carmella just trying to fuck this girl over, trying to get her. She takes her to the announce table. She takes her to the commentary area, the timekeeper's table. Does everything she can to try to get this dub tonight. What's his name? Corey was loving it. It sounded like he was just like coming on the mic the whole time she was out there. He does a really good job of like building her up. And I definitely think we're going to see a run between Carmella and then Corey. I think that's when we're going to see him more actually get off the table and into the ring and maybe step up as like a management role for her. I could see that maybe, but only for her, not for anybody else. Just whenever she has her little runs. But I think that would add a different level to it that could actually make it taken serious. Because Graves is he's a real wrestler, and he could cause some legitimate damage as a distraction outside. So I think that could actually make Carmella have like another layer to her character. That's another way to change it up, and it's not just more of the same shit. Because if she just wins by herself again, it's going to be the exact same shit, in my opinion. So I think they need to mix it up. Well, anyway, Bianca gets the win. Nothing crazy. She gets off her finishing fucking move, the KOD, picks up the win. She's still your women's champion. Becky now on the apron holding on to the women's title and is about to hand it off to Bianca. But nope, she's going to raise it first and then throw it at Bianca's feet with the disrespect. Well, what do you think about this whole storyline with Carmella and, they just threw her in the mix to kind of just kill some time between Becky and Bianca, which is obviously, they tell us, Becky tells us earlier that, I think if whoever wins this match, she's going to fight at SummerSlam, obviously.
I feel like this has been a couple of years now of Carmella just being thrown in there for the sake of it, right?
Yeah. She's definitely one of those characters that just gets tossed around.
And I like her a lot, to be honest with you.
She's improved, for sure. She's way better than she used to be, especially, like, when she was doing it with Big Cass and Enzo, she was super fucking green in NXT. But you can see she's a little more refined now, but I still think she would need something to just change her character a little bit. I mean, I didn't like when she had her whole run with the last guy. I'm going to call him the no-chin guy or whatever. I can't even remember. James Ellsworth, right?
Ellsworth, yeah.
Yeah, Ellsworth, yeah. That's pretty disrespectful to women everywhere that he even was in that match or, touched that briefcase. But I guess it worked, right? She got some major heat off of that. Nothing memorable, though. Like, I feel like I'll forget about that in a few more years and be like, who was that guy's name? Like, ask me that guy's name in 5 years. I'd probably like, who?
I'm glad you mentioned it first, because if you would put me on the spot, I definitely wouldn't have remembered his name.
I had to think about it for a second. It didn't come right away. We got a video of what happened last week on SmackDown between the Usos and the Street Profits, reminding us that Jeff Jarrett is the special guest referee at SummerSlam. And then we get an interview with the Street Profits. They're reacting to Jeff Jarrett. They say, we are going to go from Nashville to Cashville, Double J. If the Usos step out of line, they're going to get a guitar to the back. We walking out Nashville, Cashville, Dirty Dirty. We walking out the new Undisputed Tag Team Champs. And then we see MVP on Omos remind Dawkins what happened to him last week from Omos when he sent him with that sky high crashing. Dawkins says, tough talk coming from the hype man. Tells him to step it up tonight. MVP says, I would love to, but I got someone else who will step it up since y'all want the smoke. Whatever, decent promo, nothing crazy. I'm never excited when I see Omos. I like MVP, but I can't handle Omos's in-ring work anymore. He doesn't have any business being in the ring with any of these guys right now who can go. All these guys can go. Like, you know, Montez can go and Dawkins can go. Jay Uso, all these guys can go. So why are you, like, this guy needs to be, like, just having a singles run or, you know, send him to NXT or just fucking fire him at this fucking point. I don't know. We don't need that giant. There's going to be other better giants that are, like, on the rise right now, and he's not one of them. You know, he's just not. He doesn't have the mindset, like, for it. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see him improving. Instead, I see the same product week in, week out, the same moves, the same everything. Like, I haven't even seen him, like, actually, like, walk to the ring looking scary ever, even once. It's the same stupid walk he always does. And he has so much to work with.
Yeah, with a project like this guy, you want to see stuff every time he goes out there. Not even every week, but just something. Like give me something to continue to move forward with. And he's giving you nothing. I mean, and the whole, obviously, the average wrestling fan, wow, look at this guy. Oh, if this guy could only learn to do this, or that, it gets to a point where you're like, this is it. This is what you get.
Well, I see some of these segments on AEW and NXT, and they do a pretty good job of making their giants look like fucking giants. And, like, meanwhile, you have this guy who's actually, like, a legitimate giant. He's not, like, a 6'8" guy pretending to be a giant or a 6'7" guy. He's a fucking monster, right?
Yeah, you put him up against a guy like Luchasaurus, who's supposed to be a quote-unquote giant, and you'll see, like, 4 or 5 inches down.
No, maybe even more. Maybe even, like, 8 inches on that guy. But I don't know how tall Omos really is. They bill him, I think, as 7'3", 7'6". I don't fucking know.
No idea.
I don't even fucking know at this point. It looks like he's still growing when I see him anyway.
The go-to move for that was to always see where he stacks up when he stands next to Taker, but you know we don't get that.
No, we're not gonna get that, but maybe we'll get something else. We could get one with Kane maybe down the road or something. Maybe if the mayor decides to grace us with his fucking presence, when Drew McIntyre isn't around to steal his fucking ring entrance. But yeah, man, you would just think you'd see something. And I don't want to go too much on about Omos or Almost or whatever the fuck you're calling him this week. You know, the point is, it's so easy to make a guy like that look good if you just do the right spots. You know, this guy should be doing what they're doing on NXT, sending wrestlers into the fucking third row, power bombing people, like just throwing them from fucking the ring through an announce table. Just crazy big fucking moves. Choke slams off the top rope. Do something different to make this guy stand out.
The other problem is, the first time you saw him, he didn't walk through the gorilla and you're like, oh my God, look at this giant. I looked at him and I'm like, oh, that's the security guard from Raw Underground.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. I remember that too. He was actually more impressive in the Raw Underground. A lot of people shitted on the Raw Underground. I actually really enjoyed it. Because I thought it was dark, gritty, and Madcap came off. I don't know why they didn't just take his exact character from that and just let him go off on his little run. He could have had a run already. He didn't need to do any of the silly suspenders. I don't understand why they even, like that was even on the drawing board. I thought he was impressive from day one when I saw him in that fucking ring. And when they actually presented it as something like, we don't know what's going to happen here. Are these guys really, is this a shoot right now? Are they really just trying to, like, you know, just throw one? It seemed to me like the first night, like, whoever gets thrown out of the ring wins, right? Mm-hmm. I thought that's what it was. So I was like, damn, maybe he's really putting some guys at it and just to see who's the top dog in that room right now. And, you know, it looked legit. Madcap looked like he was really kicking people's fucking asses for the first couple of weeks. And then, of course, I think Omos, didn't he even get a couple of shots in because people were getting out of control?
Yeah.
He looked more legitimate in that role than anything else I've seen him in since. And that speaks volumes to the writing and what they think character progression should be. Hopefully we see this all get cleaned up. Next, we're going to get a segment which I was also surprised to see because I wasn't expecting to see. Did you catch this one? The KO show?
Yeah.
You caught this. All right. KO basically says, before I tell you where I've been, let me bring out my guest riddle. KO says the last few weeks I have not been around. You probably did not even notice, you know, or you might have noticed. I don't know. You're in your own little world, Riddle. But basically I went crazy trying to prove about, you know, that Ezekiel is not Ezekiel, that he's Elias, that they're the same person. Bottom line is, he says now he doesn't really care if he wants them to all have a good time and get good luck to all. And then he said, no, they can all go to hell. And but you know what? No, I don't care about them. I don't care about any of that. He starts talking about, because of your match at SummerSlam, that match is against Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is someone else who caused me great anguish. Seth pretended to be my best friend, and then he betrayed me. I lost my best friend just like you lost your best friend, Randy Orton. RK Bro was cool, but Bro KO could be great. If I'm being honest, bro, Riddle says, you're the biggest liar I know, dude. KO says, I understand why you would say that. However, you can trust me when I say I've turned a new leaf, and no one ever will be able to call me a liar again. You trusted Randy Orton, the biggest snake in WWE's history. Riddle says, I don't like it when you talk about my best friends like this. Now we hear Seth's burn it down play. KO's like, it wasn't me. It plays again. Riddle's looking all over. Now we see Rollins just straight up attack him. And, he gets in the picture now. And I thought this could have been done better, too. It wasn't the greatest KO show I've ever fucking seen. There wasn't enough, questions to Riddle. It's just KO babbling for 5 minutes. So, I don't know. What'd you think about this whole package? Would you even grade it?
Not really. If I'm on an abridged raw version like I was tonight due to work and I'm trying to go in this here or there, as soon as I see KO show start, that's when the fast forward stops, and it was disappointing.
It was disappointing, right? Because usually KO is always good. He's always funny. So that's how you know the writing here is still in bad shape when the KO segment can't even be fucking good. He couldn't even turn this shit into... He tried. You could see him try to make this good. But it was one of those segments that was so cringe that he couldn't save it. And then Seth comes out, of course, he abuses fucking Riddle, ends up getting the curb stomp on him, and then we don't even see Riddle again for the rest of the night, which is kind of weird, right? So maybe Seth really got to him mentally. He curb stomp his ass right the fuck out of the building, because we definitely didn't see Riddle after this. Riddle got herbed, and he got herbed pretty bad by Seth freaking Rollins, who we'll see again later in the night a few times, because it's Monday Night Rollins, of course. And then we get a segment between Rollins and Ezekiel. Little promo, a little segment. Nothing crazy. Ezekiel's telling him, I'm not going to let you, get away with what you do. You can't just KO Riddle and do this and that. They're going to have a match later tonight. It's going to be Seth Rollins and Ezekiel, which is going to be a rematch from, I believe, a few weeks ago, where it was actually a really good match. Let's see if that match will live up to the same hype. Next, we're going to get a video package of the Judgment Day and the Mysterios. On the entrance, you see the Judgment Day. They have like a new little logo not a logo, but they did it with purple now on the screen. And they've arrived on Raw. Back from break, we get an interview with Rollins, and then, that's why, I'm sorry, I kind of messed up, but after the break, that's when we saw Rollins with Ezekiel. And, basically he's telling him, let me read it, because it was actually not bad. That promo was good. Ezekiel says, why are you targeting Riddle? Rollins says Riddle is so stupid he actually thinks Randy was trying to help him. He's so stupid he turned down KO's offer for help. He's so stupid he thinks he can beat me. We see now Ezekiel come out of nowhere, confront Rollins, and says, why did you stomp Riddle? It's not going to work like this. Rollins says, I'll stomp you. I'll stomp your stupid brother. Ezekiel says, don't talk about my family. Rollins says, stay out of my business. Ezekiel says, I am in your business, and business is about to pick up. And then, of course, we see Rollins laugh because he thinks this is all funny business. Then we get the promo from the Judgment Day. Damien says, rise, rise for a prince, rise for a Punisher, rise for the Judgment Day. And then they say, you see what happens when legends get in our way. And they show us a video of what happened to Edge, of course. Then the Mysterios come out, Dom and his father, as we go to break. Then we get a match. And I was kind of confused. Did you see any of this?
Any
of it, whatever.
Tiny bits and pieces.
All right, I was confused because I thought they said it was Mysterio's versus Judgment Day, and I could have swore before the break I saw like a promo poster for Mysterio's versus Judgment Day, and then back from commercial, all we see is Damien versus Rey Mysterio. It's no longer Judgment Day versus the Mysterios. It's Rey versus Damien, and Damien was in full control when we came back from break, kicking Rey's ass all over the ring, backbreaker, chin lock, submission. And Rey honestly looked so fucking tiny next to Damien. Rey holds on to Damien's head. He was able to catch a bulldog that looked nice. Now Rey to the top rope, but Damien says no with a choke slam attempt that Rey turned into a Hurricane Rana. Then he sends Damien into the ring post. Rey now up top again with a body drop and a springboard crossbody. We got a cover and a kick out. Now Rey with more circus tricks with another counter to Damien and turns it into a DDT and another cover. Kick out from Damien. Rey sets up the 619 on Damien, but Balor on the apron. Dom tries to help. Finn hits him, sends him to the barricade. Now we see Rey with a missile driving drop kick, and then Rey actually hits the 619 on Damian Priest, goes for another move. But Priest with the super, I don't know if he has his own name for this, but I'm just going to call it the Super Razor's Edge. And Rey's fucking done. 1, 2, 3, this match is over. Damien picks up what the announcers are saying is a huge fucking win. I gave it a 2-star because there were 2 stars in the ring. But that's about as far as it goes. Nothing amazing, nothing memorable. Now Judgment Day has chairs in the ring. And they're telling Dom, you better join Judgment Day, or we're going to take your father's head off. Dom says, stop, I'll join the Judgment Day. And then, of course, Priest says, hey, Dom, doesn't work like that. And now we see them attack, the Mysterios with a steel chair. And somehow Rey gets back to life, rolls out of the ring. And yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this whole storyline, where it's going? Do you like it? Are you a fan of it? Or is it all cringe?
I could care less about this thing right now. I watched the end of it, the whole when they had Bray there with the chairs, and they're like, you get better join us. And he's like, yeah, I'll join you. No, it doesn't work that way. You just asked the guy to join you a minute ago, while you still have the chair in your hand, ready to slam around his head. So it's like, yeah,
because they're playing with him. They're playing with him. They these guys, they probably they wanted him to pick up the chair and bash in his father's head. That'd probably be the only way they let him join the little Judgment Day for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're sick little fucks, and that's that's what they would tell us later in the night in the promo. They're like, you failed the test, so obviously that was a test for little Dom, who obviously is not going to betray Daddy yet. That's going to happen maybe next week at Madison Square Garden when they're celebrating the 20th anniversary. That seems like a more sensible place to set up the match, and then you still have 1 week to hype up SummerSlam for like a father versus son. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea where the storyline's going because there's no match at SummerSlam set yet, right?
Yeah.
Featuring these guys. But obviously we know there's going to be one. But we just don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be just Judgment Day versus the Mysterios? Or are we going to get some kind of flippage of the script here? I guess we have to wait and see. All bad. All bad. I didn't like it. I don't like any of this. Like I said, get Rey Mysterio off TV. Get Dom at NXT, and send Rey down there. You go to Florida, chill. He's old too. He don't need to be wrestling anymore. What else do you have to prove? I know he probably loves it. He just likes having fun. To him, that's just a good time. Like that's why he does it. He loves it. And I respect him for that. But you're taking away time from other dudes who haven't had the spotlight, and from other dudes who haven't made the money yet. And for what? So you can hype up your son, who obviously needs more work, and he's just getting a shortcut from NXT? How do you think that makes everybody feel in the back? Now we have Dom getting shortcuts. You got Logan Paul coming straight from YouTube. You got Omos coming straight from wherever the fuck they found him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't see Omos in NXT. You got so many guys. They get to skip that step. I don't know. I don't like it. We get a video again of KO showing us what happened with Rollins attacking and beating the shit out of Riddle yet again. And then we get, of course, another video package, which is 100% has to be for Edge. I noticed this time, did you catch any of these Edge vignettes tonight? There were 2.
I caught one, and the thing that, I was there. Like, when I saw the first vignette, I'm like, oh, Bray maybe, but then no, Edge made more sense. And as they've went on and on, it's definitely Edge. I think you even seen the chalice, right, from the Brood days.
That's a
as
good
well.
eye. Yeah, I got that on my notes.
Yeah.
I said I noticed the chalice with him spilling out something out in blood, basically like I'm coming, or something like that. He's gonna get one more in the night. The first one was more like what we've seen in the past, but the vignette you see in later in the night, that was more detailed with him writing with the blood, "I'm coming." Mm-hmm. So he's coming, but I when next week MSG. He wants that Triple H return, even though he hasn't been gone for 9 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. What do you think is? Do you have any scenarios in your head played out for Edge that you would like to see happen for SummerSlam, let's say, or are you just over it?
I hate saying I'm over Edge because I don't think those words could ever come out of my mouth.
It's kind of a hard statement, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's got to be something with Finn, right? I mean, you can't just make that disappear. How they turned on him and now he's repackaged and just forgot about it. I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming it has to have something to do with the Judgment Day, and I think on Monday someone's going to join the Judgment Day, and then Edge is going to come back and probably like the only corny storyline that I could see come out of all this is Edge comes back to help Rey and Dom, maybe, but then he turns on them and recruits them by blood. And then we see the Judgment Day just all come back to life. But now Edge is like in control, maybe, with like, I don't know, like an evil kind of take on Gangrel, maybe. Like he just comes in and just like, I don't know, something. They got to do something cool. There's no other way to save this fucking storyline.
No.
I don't know. Edge has so much fucking potential, and I don't know why they're wasting it. The whole Judgment Day, unless they're just bringing him back full baby face Edge. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, those vignettes.
If it's full baby face Edge, then he's gonna come back. He's gonna help Rey and Dom and the Mysterios just vanquish Judgment Day, and maybe Judgment Day just dies and goes away, and then we see Damien go solo, Finn go solo. That's a possibility, right?
Maybe, yeah, possibly.
Maybe they're just trying to scrap the Judgment Day because it doesn't look like they were working too hard on those graphics. There's no merch in sight. You know what I mean? There isn't even a fucking t-shirt for Judgment Day. So these to me are like the little cues that I pick up on why a faction is working, not working, whether it's going to stick around. Or usually when something has any kind of traction, whether it's good or bad, you see merch come out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, they make merch off the stupidest, like, things that the fans chant in, let's say, one arena in the whole country. They won't chant it anywhere else, but in this arena, they chant it. They're making a shirt about it, bro. And they're going to try to sell it to those 16,000, 20,000, whatever it is, people.
Yeah.
So you're going to tell me now Judgment Day been on TV for quite some time now. Hey, this isn't like they came out last week. It's, 3 months now? 4 months even? And not one shirt that says Judgment Day on it. So to me, that means I think this isn't already in the garbage can, unless they're either scrapping it or they're repackaging it. And there's only one way to repackage it, and they're too stupid to do it. So I think Judgment Day's dead. That's my prediction. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that. Next, we get the match: Seth Rollins versus Ezekiel. But of course, we have to go to another commercial first. Video package of Ezekiel spilling the ketchup on Seth, kind of setting up everything that's been happening. Now we see a lockup in the middle of the ring. Ezekiel with the shove, and Rollins takes full control with a deep wrist lock into a hammer lock. Now Zeke with a reversal and a nice headlock takedown. Rollins tries to get him off by shoving him into the ropes, but Zeke with 2 more headlock takedowns. He keeps that headlock on, applied really tight, hard. Zeke with a shoulder block, Rollins with a leapfrog, and then an arm drag that was countered into another side headlock. I thought that was an excellent opening sequence. Some nice wrestling by 2 nice wrestlers. Rollins takes Zeke to the corner, goes for a chop. Zeke counters with a chop of his own. Now Seth with a vicious attack, taking down, just doing everything he can. Grabs Zeke by the hair. Now stiff shots all over Zeke, just switching gears, staying aggressive. Now Rollins with the Irish whip into the corner, and Zeke lands the donkey kick. Rollins runs, baits Zeke, but instead we see Zeke and Rollins with a high in the air, landing, like high knee right in the air. Just sends Rollins flying with a high knee in the air. First now Zeke blocks a missile diving attack from Rollins, sends him into the ring post. Zeke climbing to the top rope. Rollins counters, connects a nasty knee shot to the back of Zeke's head as we go to break. They announced that we're going to have a 20-woman battle royal tomorrow night at NXT to determine who's going to be Mandy Rose's next challenger. Back to the match, we see Zeke with a huge spinebuster and a cover on Rollins, but a kick out close to 3, close fall. Later in the night, they tell us Theory versus AJ Styles, which I'm sure you were super hyped when you heard that. I'm guessing you were watching this match 100%, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because this is going to be the match, one of the matches of the night. But then we find out there's going to be 2 matches of the night. Because I was hyped for this one, and then when I heard Theory versus AJ, I was like, oh, shit. That could be like an instant classic if they don't ruin it. Both men now were exchanging stiff forearms and chops, shot after shot in the middle of the ring until Rollins lands a nasty enziguri out of nowhere, by the way. Now Seth with a springboard that's countered by Zeke with another rising knee, another cover, another kick out. Zeke now goes to the top rope slowly, but Rollins lands the superplex, rolls into the Falcon Arrow. Now Rollins covers, we get a kick out. Rollins goes for the pedigree, but Zeke counters. We get a cover, kick out. Now Rollins with some stiff shots to the back of Zeke's head and just hits the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Gets the clean win over Zeke. Like I said, after Cody Rhodes' departure, Rollins is unstoppable. He is not going to lose. He won't lose until he loses to Cody at WrestleMania. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Cody comes back and takes the L at Mania for him. And then gets it back at another pay-per-view. Just for payback. Like, dude. But who knows? I guess that's going to depend on Cody's merch sales, right? And the hype.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. Who's selling the merch? That's what I would fucking do it on. By WrestleMania Day, you pull up that sheet. Who's my number 1 merch guy for 2023? Is it Seth or is it Cody?
It's Omos.
Yeah. No, it's Jey Uso. Since day 1-ish. No. Anyway, the match was great. I gave it a 4-star. What'd you think of the match?
Yeah, I thought it was good. A lot of back and forth. I'm gonna go 3.5.
3. That's fair. I couldn't go higher than 4. I just gave it a 4 because they didn't really make mistakes. So and it wasn't anything much different than what we saw before. So I'm not gonna go higher than that. But it was a good match on Monday Night Raw and a clean match with a clean win again. So for me, that's always a big fucking deal when nobody gets involved. There's no DQ, no cheating, just nice, clean fucking win. Makes Seth Rollins look like a fucking stud, just dropping Ezekiel. And Ezekiel coming off looking like a beast too. Going toe-to-toe with Seth freaking Rollins on Monday Night Raw. I'm sure, Zeke 1 year ago was praying for a match like this. Like, hey, please, can I have a good wrestling match? Because with Elias, he didn't really get to have wrestling matches. He's always in the ring, singing, guitar shots, chasing people around, doing stupid storylines, getting squashed by The Undertaker, or getting squashed by John Cena, you know what I mean? Now as Zeke the Freak, he's actually getting wrestling matches. This could have been the best thing that ever happened to him because he's showing us his ability in the ring. And that's what I, appreciate the most about all of this. I'm not a big fan of the whole gimmick turn and all that. I think he could have been doing this as Elias, but for whatever reason, the powers that be didn't see that from him when he was Elias. They saw a guy that could entertain people, and that's all they took him for.
With Ultimate Warrior tassels.
God bless Zeke the Freak. Hopefully somehow maybe kids love this guy, attach onto him, maybe he becomes a champ. You never know. If he sells t-shirts, maybe Ezekiel, who's my number 1 t-shirt guy, Zeke the Freak. I'll tell you what's going to be the number 1 selling shirt for the rest of the year, though. You saw the Miz's shirt at the end of the night?
Yeah.
That's going to be like the number 1 selling. I'm buying that shirt. I will get into that later. I'm not going to ruin it for everybody, but we get a video package of last Monday when Omos would destroy Hawkins with the Sky High. Now the Usos make their way to the ring. We the Ones. Looks like new animation for the Usos. Not really good one either. They make their way to ringside with the upcoming match. But before that, we're going to get a promo from Finn Balor. And Finn Balor is going to go in. Judgment Day is going to have another promo. And just say, Dom's not made from the right stuff. You failed the test today. We knew the only reason you joined us was to save your dad. You should have grabbed the chair and cracked your dad in the head. Next week, the Mysterios will fall and the Judgment Day will rise at Madison Square Garden. They're trying to hype up the MSG show. And right now, at this point, They said Brock's going to be there too, by the way. But even that's not enough to make me go to my phone and buy a ticket for that show. Because I've been to Raw a few times over the last 7 years, 8 years. I mean, my whole life I've been to Raw a lot. But I haven't. The only Raw I enjoyed in the last 10 years that I went to live was the one where the Dudley Boys came back at Brooklyn. If you remember that. At Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Because that was like a genuine surprise. But I would never go to Raw at MSG right now. Not with this.
Same thing. Like every time it comes up, like even now, it's like, let me just check Ticketmaster.
You're talking about a 5-6 hour affair, going to cost you a little money. You got to get there, parking, this, that, whatever. And to see what, maybe 1 or 2 good matches the whole night?
Right.
Like really, you're going to just sit in commercials for fucking 10 minutes at a time when, someone's just dancing in the ring. You're going to watch Bianca twirling her hair for fucking 15 minutes. Oh, man. Anyway, Judgment Day promo is over. And then we're going to get into Dawkins versus Omos. Street Profits are going to be coming out together. Omos is coming out with MVP. Back from break, a new match starts. MVP is actually in his suit. The match would become a 2-on-2. You would end up seeing MVP fighting. This match would go from Dawkins and Omos to all of a sudden Street Profits versus Omos and MVP. Adam Pearce would come out during the first match and say, of course, everyone is upset. I heard you earlier tonight say that you would love to team up with Omos, MVP. Don't say that you don't get what you want. 2-on-2 right now. We're going to see MVP have a match in a fucking suit, which, mind you, pretty fucking impressive. In the first match, it was over real quick. It ended with a DQ. Omos, Dawkins lock up. Omos launches Dawkins across the ring. Now Ford grabs the leg of Omos. Dawkins gets hit with a big shoulder block. Omos with a big elbow. Montez was ringside making noises, trying to distract Omos. He doesn't get disqualified, by the way. Now we get a big boot from Omos. He gets hung up on the ropes. Dawkins now hits 2 of his shitty spinning elbow shots. MVP interferes by grabbing Dawkins' foot, trips him. The ref happens to see it this time. And then, we get the win by DQ. Because MVP got caught. But, stupid, whatever. Then, because of that, Adam Pearce comes out. Now we have a match, Street Profits versus Omos and MVP. Back from break again. We go to break. A new match starts. It's MVP in his suit, competing better than ever. Most of the people are in the back right now in their tights. But MVP's out here competing better than most of the people that are sitting in the locker room right now. In a fucking suit, mind you. MVP even connects with his Ballin' Classic, which was the moment of that match. I thought that was cool in his suit. Looking pretty good, taking those bumps. So shout out to MVP for actually killing it in a fucking suit tonight. Old timer looking good in the ring. Dawkins knocks MVP down. He makes his way for the tag to Ford. Now it's Ford and Omos. Ford with a high-risk crossbody. Omos catches him. Now Ford with some nasty kicks that looked real nice. 2 real high, maybe the highest enziguri that I've ever seen in my life. It just looked crazy that he even connected this thing on fucking Omos because Omos is so fucking tall. It's crazy. Ford is really talented, man. Really talented. Montez was midair. Connects. Omos does connect with a chop midair. We get a cover, break up by Dawkins. Dawkins now sends MVP outside. MVP comes back, pulls Dawkins out. Now Dawkins sends MVP crashing into the Usos at ringside. Back in the ring, we see a double super kick to Omos, and Ford lands the 5-star frog splash. Picks up the win? Nope. Instead, we get a 1 count. Omos just throws him off like a monster, launches Ford, barely even a 1 count, to be honest. Ford going to the top rope again, but now we see Jey Uso knock him off. And now the Profits win by DQ. Uso's now in the ring to, basically kick the shit out of the Profits. And Omos is in there helping. MVP's in there. He lands a double choke slam to end this whole fucking shit show. I'm not even going to grade it. I don't even know if you watched it. What do you think of this? Terrible, right?
I stopped fast forwarding multiple times, waiting to see the highlights on it because obviously I'm a fan. But no. Yeah, no grade as well. Just I don't know what's out there. Let me ask you a question. 1 year to date today, where and what are the Street Profits doing? You gotta just take top of your head if you had to take a guess. Are they in the midst of a long tag team title run? What do you think?
Honestly, 1 year from now, I could see fucking Montez fighting for a title by himself.
Yeah, I got Montez in the title picture, and then Angelo maybe out of the company?
Maybe. Either out of the company or sent down to NXT, or probably out of the company. Maybe in AEW. Yeah, that'd probably be the clear picture. Montez doing big things, and Dawkins just maybe on the indies even.
And I think so more with the. I feel more confident. We always talk about Montez and how much we like him and his potential. I feel more confident of him actually getting a chance to reach that potential now with Vince kind of AWOL, you know?
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Plus the fact that he's getting bigger and bigger every fucking week. He's having basically like the Eddie Guerrero transformation, to be honest with you. You know? He had almost the same kind of body type, real slender when he first, you know, just look it up. Look up when he first arrived on the scene in NXT and compare that body to what is walking around today. He's gained almost 40 pounds of just muscle. Like, it's pretty scary looking. So he's getting jacked for a fucking reason. Just like Gunther's getting jacked for a reason. Gunther's getting jacked, bro. I don't know if you've seen it. Do you remember what he looked like when he first debuted as Walter?
I forgot until I saw a picture of...
Oh, you saw something recently.
Twitter, like, literally hours ago, I saw a picture. I don't know if it was Twitter. I forget where I saw it.
That shit is shocking, isn't it?
Like that. Oh, my God.
I don't think anyone in the WWE has ever had that kind of, like, in-company transformation. Like, that shocking.
Right.
Like... not even Big Show. Big Show had a chance. At one point, Big Show was getting fucking ripped, and then, for whatever reason, he just went back to his old ways and just, he didn't give a fuck. Because he got ripped and nothing came from it. You know what I mean? He wanted that Braun Strowman treatment. And, that's one thing we don't ever talk about enough is how underappreciated the Big Show is. Because that guy's range and ability in the ring, his ability to... Nah, it wasn't TV-14 gaming, but his ability just to do shit in the ring compared to what other people do. For how big he is, how athletic he was, in my opinion, and I know this is crazy to say because Andre the Giant, and I'm even wearing a shirt for Andre, right? God, rest in peace, Andre. But, Big Show is, I'm not going to say he's the best big man of all time, but I think he's without a doubt one of the most talented fucking big guys that you're ever gonna see in a pro wrestling ring. Completely underutilized. Completely underutilized, man. Now we get the worst moment of the night, though. Do you know what was even worse than that last match? Did you catch the interview with Veer Mahan when Veer says nothing except boo? And then he laughs and leaves.
I saw him being interviewed in the back, and I just did not stop this holding. I had no reason. I had no reason to.
It was so fucking bad. It was so fucking bad. Then we see The Miz come out, and they ask, what can we expect from The Miz and Logan Paul? He goes on and on, babbles about what you're going to see on Miz TV, which we're going to get into in a little bit anyway. Then we get Theory coming to the ring as we go to break, and this actually started to get me excited, because now I was like, okay, good. Now it's time for some fucking wrestling. But back from break, first we're going to see a trailer for the biggest party of the summer. And I'm starting to see what they do with Theory now. Like, this is state by state, arena by arena. They always manage to, like, kill 10 minutes while this dude's in the ring, just taking selfies, making that entire building want to eat him alive. You know what I mean? Think about it. Let's say you're there with 20 other thousand people, you're waiting for the match to start. But no. It's just Theory walking around the ring, just taking selfies nonstop, doing his thing, bobbing his head, talking shit. Maybe even on the mic, cutting a promo while camera's, not on. Just pissing everybody off. He's definitely getting heat. A hard body. Because when we come back from break, the crowd they were all over him. Back from break, Theory has a microphone, says, before I wipe the mat clean with AJ Styles, few things I need to address. We are on the cusp of the biggest SummerSlam of all time. I need to let you all know a few things, like for real. All time, the biggest SummerSlam of all time. Why is it that I'm going to take back my United States title from Bobby? I'm going to cash in my Money in the Bank contract on whatever is left of Roman and Brock. What? Shut your fucking mouths, he's basically saying. Everybody's trying to fuck with him, saying, what? Whatever is left of those two after that hellacious last man standing match, it does not matter because I'm going to become the next undisputed Universal WWE Champion. The you suck chants break out. He starts saying, you all love me. I get it. You all love me. I know, we all know that you love me. Brock and Roman are going to completely destroy each other. Here's some footage of what Brock is capable of, which I thought this was stupid. Here, your mic skills are fine. There's no reason to stop talking and go into a stupid vignette or promo about how fucking terrible Alpha Academy is. And then you're not doing a service to them. You're just making them look terrible. Poor Chad, poor Otis, just getting destroyed by Brock Lesnar. We got to watch it again. Theory says it's going to be the perfect time for him to cash in. What they keep saying what? Like, the crowd was going hard on him, and I thought he handled it so masterfully tonight at a young age, showing you why he is going to be the guy. And he says it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter because I always come through in the clutch. That is why everyone has problems with me. Brock don't like me. Roman don't like me. Dolph don't like me. Usos don't like me. Madcap don't like me. You don't like me. Because every one of you is jealous. Let's take a look at jealous Dolph Ziggler, huh? Now we get a video of when Dolph returned to Raw. He says how pathetic it was. I don't blame him, though. Look at me. Look at me. No one is on my level. AJ makes his way to the ring and has a microphone. Out here making some big promises, AJ says. So why don't I make a promise? No matter what happens at SummerSlam, just know this. I'll be the first one in a long line of people who are going to take anything you have from you. Just so you know, kiddo, the locker room ain't jealous of you. We just think you're a big jackass. Theory says, AJ, you're so easy to figure out. If you idiots say what again, talking to the crowd. I've been on Raw less than a year. Youngest US champ, youngest Money in the Bank winner. What the hell were you doing at my age, AJ? Running down barns in Georgia to become a superstar? But me? Look at me. I'm an overnight sensation. They should be calling me phenomenal. You don't like me because I'm younger than you? I'm better than you, basically saying. AJ says there's not enough time on Raw for me to explain why I don't like you. That was a good line, too, to end this. I'm proud of where I'm from. My background is the reason why I am the man I am today. Theory says, what's that, an old grizzled veteran? And then AJ just knocks him right in the face. And now Dolph Ziggler shows up once again. What'd you think of this whole, before we get into the match? And if you want, do you have any notes for the match? Would you like to cover? Because I know you love AJ, so would you like to cover this AJ match?
I think I just had to, when the match was announced, I just had tremendous expectations, and I don't know, I didn't get there with this match. It was good. I'd go 3.5, and I mean, I'm talking negatively about a match, and I'm going to give 3.5 stars, but it's just when I saw them, I was ready for like a 4.5 banger, and it just didn't get there for me.
Yeah, no, you're not far off. I gave it a 3-star as well. The ending is the reason why, which I guess I'll get into in a second. The match had me really hyped for a fantastic match on Raw on the card. Finally, one of the best looking matches on the card on paper. I was like, wow, this looks like it could be a good night because of this match only. This is the kind of match that could make up for 2.5 hours of shit if you give us a 30-minute classic. But, the action does start off very fast and fierce, which is a bad sign. Whenever you see the action start off that fast, you know the match isn't going to go that long. Because they're just trying to go as hard as they can for as long as they can before it's their time to go backstage and get off the stage and let the next circus act on the fucking stage. Like I said, starts off very fast, very fierce. We see AJ land several hard and stiff shots. Now Theory with some stiff shots of his own. AJ really laying in all the forearms and chops. AJ with a very nice backbreaker. Theory trying to fight back, but AJ not giving up control. Now Theory with a super Irish whip. That Irish whip, by the way, looked really fucking good. That is like a great Irish whip. People should be watching him. Anybody learning how to wrestle, that's how you fucking do a power fucking Irish whip. Looked really, really good. Sending AJ flying in the turnbuckle really hard. Now Theory with a traditional chin lock, keeping AJ locked up. AJ tries to fight his way up. We see Theory grab AJ by the hair, slam him to the mat really hard. Now the headlock applied again in the middle of the ring. AJ shows life, landing a backdrop. Dolph just watching ringside. Theory now outside next to Dolph. We see Theory shove Dolph, and we see AJ with a nice enziguri to Theory, sending him to the outside as we go to break. Back from, we see AJ land a sick combo, rocking Theory. Now a running double. Let me see this. I'm getting a little tossed up over here. This match actually was so fucking crazy. I was thinking I was praying that it was going to go like another 10 minutes. But it's not. It's not. AJ lands a sick combo. I think it was like a 6-7 hit combo. Rocking Theory now, a running clothesline to the corner and a nasty suplex. Turned neck breaker. Cover and a kick out from Theory. That was a really good spot too from AJ. AJ just doing good work tonight. AJ goes for the Styles Clash, but Theory counters. Now we get a beautiful roll in the ring and a sexy drop kick followed by the best, and I'm going to say it clear, in my opinion right now, the best neck breaker in the business right now. The best neck breaker in the business right now by Theory. Dolph does look jealous at ringside. I don't know if you noticed his expressions during this match, but he legitimately looked jealous because he's watching someone who's probably almost half his fucking age about to have the rise of a phoenix. And what does the phoenix do, man? It rises to the motherfucking top, man, before it takes everybody out with him. And that's what this fucking kid's doing right now, rising like a fucking phoenix. Like I said, Dolph does look fucking jealous at ringside as he watches Theory cover AJ, kick out. Now AJ with a calf crusher, but Theory has the ropes, and AJ has to break the hold. Now Theory rolls outside right in front of Dolph Ziggler, and as AJ goes for a knee to the face, but Theory catches him and drops him first. Right onto the announce table. Face first onto the announce table. Nice spot. Now we see Dolph land a really nice super kick on Theory, who can't make it back to the ring in time and gets the loss via countout. Now we see AJ hit the Styles Clash, and Dolph was grinning from ear to ear. 3-star, stupid DQ ending. This match was on its way to 4 stars very fucking easily. Like, this is the kind of match where if it went 10, 15, 20 more minutes, this is like a classic on Raw. Because they were going at it, man. And I want to see more. I can't wait to see more. Oof. And he said he was taking it from him too, man. I know you must have loved that as an AJ fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's saying, I'm coming after you, Mr. Future fucking champ. I'm coming after you, man. I liked it, man. I really did. I didn't like the ending of the match, but I liked the potential of the multiple storylines that can come out of this. Between Dolph, between AJ. Because whether or not AJ's in the main event picture right now, he's interjecting himself into the future main event picture by setting up this feud with Theory and giving us a little peek of what's to come. And now I'm real curious to know, do you think they're going to do this match one more time next week, or Theory's going to just be fighting somebody else that hates him?
Is Roman going to be around next week?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, that's right. I made a mistake. Brock is not going to be at Raw. Roman is going to be at Raw. Maybe Brock will be at Raw. I don't know. But I said that they announced that Brock would be at Raw, and that's a fucking lie. I lied to you folks, and I'm sorry. It's going to be Roman Reigns who appears at Raw. And that's still definitely not enough for me to go buy a ticket to go to that. To see him just talk, he's not going to fight. No. I'll tell you this, though. If they told me, if you come to Raw, you will see Theory versus AJ Styles in like an Iron Man match, or maybe like a best out of 3 fall match. Must be a winner match. Must be a winner match with a 30-minute. I'd buy a fucking ticket at this point. Now I would. I'd buy that ticket because I want to see that match tonight. They showed us a glimpse of what Theory's capable of, because we all know what AJ can do. He's already a certified fucking wrestling superstar, god, legend, GOAT, whatever you want to call him. He's up there. He's arguable for all those things. But tonight we got to see a little sample of how comfortable did Theory look just wrestling with AJ. Did you see any nerves? The way he was grabbing his hair, slamming him on the mat, hitting him? He didn't give a fuck who's in that ring. You don't give a fuck what. We're going to go, bro. I want to wrestle. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to go. I loved it. It got me hyped for wrestling again. Just seeing that little glimpse of what can be with Theory.
Yeah, when I first saw Theory, right away, I said, all right, this kid's got it. I wanted to see a little more in the ring. And the little more that I had wanted to see every time turned into a lot more, because he just keeps raising the bar. He looks like he's been in that ring for 20 years, step for step with AJ.
Yeah.
And you can see AJ was enjoying the fuck out of it.
100% natural talent, this kid is. 100% natural talent. He's like a Randy Orton. I mean, if I can really compare him now to anybody, it's a young Randy Orton. Because to me, he's not a young John Cena. Because I didn't like a young John Cena. I thought John Cena sucked for a long time before I liked John Cena. But Randy Orton, from the first moment I saw him have a match in the ring and I saw how smooth he was and just the way he rolled out of moves, the way he punched, the way he sold, the way he just made everything look and feel that much more real. And in theory, he's got all that, man. Even the way he sold that super kick from Dolph and couldn't make it back to the ring in time. The kid's a fucking prodigy, bro. You're never going to see someone that young right now that good. You'll see guys who maybe get that good, but they're not going to be that good like that early on, bro. That's like rare. He's got that Randy Orton quality, man. People keep comparing him to John, man. Fuck John. Randy was the man from day one, bro. He walked in that building the fucking GOAT, pretty much. Like, he knew who he was. He knew what he was going to do. And this theory, is his dad a wrestler? Or is he first generation theory?
I don't know. I don't really know the history there.
I need to look this shit up, man. Maybe he's like a fourth generation talent. We don't even fucking know.
He's very quickly become one of the guys that when I'm trying to catch up on Raw, that fast forwarding pauses
when you see him. Yeah.
I mean, it's...
But you can see like all this stardom it's not getting to him. If anything, it's letting him shine, man. It's like Stone Cold when you turn that heat on, you know. Vince put the pressure on him, said, all right, Stone Cold, Austin, you want to cut promos at King of the Ring, and you know, okay, I'm gonna give you the ball. Let's see what you do with it. You know, it's one of those situations, and Austin, obviously, we know what he did, and I can't wait to see what Theory's gonna do. I don't think this year is gonna end well for him. It's gonna be great now, but you know, he's gonna lose, obviously. In my opinion, I think he'll lose to Seth Rollins, and then we'll get to see what we've been waiting for forever. Fucking Cody winning the Rumble, you know. We'll get into that later. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about Cody either. They're keeping his name off TV. They're not really talking about Cody at all. And, you know, that's good.
I think the more you don't... I think their thought is the more you don't hear about it now when he's so far away, the more of actually a better build-up as it gets closer to the be, you know.
I can agree with that. After this, we get, of course, a more video bullshit special look at the upcoming match between Bianca and Becky Lynch. Let's talk about who you think will win this real quick. Quick prediction. Becky and...
I think this is going to be a fairly long reign for Bianca.
You think Bianca's going over?
Yeah.
No comeback story for Big Time Bex? Okay.
The most important thing with Becky Lynch is you can put her in any story, you can put her in any promo, you just give her the mic, she'll make it work, you know, so...
Yeah, she's a pro.
Yeah, I think she could do more without the belt than Bianca could.
That's true. She's still going to sell her merch. She has her hardcore fans. Bianca's definitely a rising star. So let's see what they do. It's interesting to see what they do because of the history they have at SummerSlam. You know, we'll see. I guess we have to wait and see. We get another video package for Titus O'Neil. Who gives a fuck? Match now. And this match was a complete fucking travesty. It was a 6-woman tag match that turned into a 24/7 segment. The match was supposed to be Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, and Asuka versus Nikki, ASH, Doudrop, and Tamina. During the match, Tozawa sneaks out from under the ring, pins Dana, becomes the new 24/7 champion in the middle of the match. Now Nikki Ash tags Tozawa and pins him. And then we get another new champion. Now we see Alexa get the pin, and she becomes the new 24/7 champion. Now Doudrop with the flying crossbody pins Alexa Bliss, gets the cover, and she's the new 24/7 champion. And now we get a super kick from Tamina, and now she's the new 24/7 champion. But no, wait. Dana Brooke with a roll-up, and now you're a new champion. And she takes the belt and runs as Tamina chases her. Back in the ring, Asuka gets a submission victory on Nikki ASH. I gave this whole fucking thing a 0 star because it was fucking shit. It was all bad. And nobody looks good from this. What are they doing with Alexa?
I was just gonna. I'm glad we got there because why couldn't, if you were gonna repackage and all this, why couldn't you just take the fucking doll out of her hand and just go back to Little Miss Bliss? And I mean, what is she now? I don't even get it.
Filler.
She's still kind of mentally, like, character's like mentally unstable.
I guess.
Still kind of got the doll, but you don't really hear about the craziness anymore. It's just, I don't know.
Well, they're definitely not doing the shrink fucking videos anymore. So there's no real indication of where her storyline or arc is headed. And obviously, in my opinion, it's not headed anywhere in a good direction, anywhere near a championship, anytime fucking soon. She's stuck in this position in Raw that, you know, she's in the same circle with Nikki, Doudrop, Tamina, and unfortunately now, even at this point, Asuka. And that's just fucking sad. This match at SummerSlam, with the way they were using Asuka these past few months, the main event fucking Raw, back and forth, non-fucking stop. The fact that this main event isn't a triple threat with Bianca, Becky, and Asuka, and make it like a triple threat street fight, whatever the fuck, I don't know, do something. They'll kill it. Why not? Why isn't Asuka getting shine? She's now in the 24/7 business? That's where she's gone? It's just upsetting. I don't agree with it at all. At all.
I mean, you know, as soon as you're attached to the 24/7 belt, you've now become a meme. So.
I mean, at this point, they might as well fucking throw Lacey Evans on Raw, too. What they're doing with her. They're just shitting on her fucking character. And, you know, I don't know if this is her call to go straight heel because nobody was cheering for her, or if this was the plan all along. They figured, oh, let's give them so much of her, and they're going to hate her anyway because we're going to just keep shoving her down their throats. Or was this just her, like, getting sick again, fucking booed, and just snapped on a SmackDown one week? I don't know. I can't tell you the truth on that one. I really don't know anymore with what happened there. Because a part of that promo, you know what I'm talking about on SmackDown when she went off on the fans, part of that looked like a shoot. It didn't even look scripted. It looked like she genuinely got disgusted with the fat fucking sweat hogs, whatever fucking city they were in. She wasn't having it anymore, man. But I like Lacey. She reminds me of Liberty Bell. From Glow. I'm sure you watch Glow. Good show.
It's funny.
Yeah, it is what it is. We get a promo from the Mysterios. They're saying they're coming back to MSG next week. And, you know, they're going to celebrate Rey's 20th anniversary. Roman will also be live in the Garden for Monday Night Raw at the world's most famous arena. And then we get a video package, which I thought this was a great way to set up Miz TV. We get a video package of The Miz hitting a home run at the Baseball All-Star Celebrity Game. And not only that, my man was the MVP of the All-Star Celebrity Game. Held up that trophy high, which was a championship belt. So, you know, Miz looked genuinely real fucking happy in that video. He is loving that shit. So good for the Miz, man. That's pretty.
Bro, he's the Miz and he's awesome. Of course he's gonna win.
He's the Miz and he is awesome. You are right about that. You're not lying. Back from break, we get more trailers for SummerSlam hyping up Roman versus Brock number 8. Last match, blah blah. Miz welcomes Logan Paul to Miz TV. Logan comes out, spikes some kind of beverage on the floor, and then even, you know, wraps his waist like he's gonna win a title or something. You know, he was talking shit. Apparently he's coming for some kind of title. Logan gets in the ring, says, "What's up, Miz? I'm here. Do you accept my SummerSlam challenge or not?" Miz says, "Hold on. Let's talk about the good things, like when we won at WrestleMania." Miz plays the clip, but not the full clip. Logan says, No. Play the full clip, Miz. Says, "Let me explain. I was trying to teach you. The only thing you taught me is I had to come back to WWE, sign a contract so I can beat your ass at SummerSlam." And then Miz goes on to say, "I don't think you know who I am. I'm the only two-time..." He's like, "Yeah, I know you. I a two-time Grand Slam champion, you know." He's like, "I don't think you understand." He's like, "You might have been able to become a global superstar. You went the distance with Floyd," and I think Miz kind of messed up. I think he called him Floyd Many Mayweather. Maybe. I might be wrong about that. That's what it sounded like. He said, "You know, you did a lot of things. You know, with my tutelage, you were able to become a talent who rose faster than anyone I've ever seen. You have so much promise. I know you think you're ready, but you are not. Mania was a tag team match. But now it's a one-on-one. I've been doing this for 18 years out there, man. You're a huge star. But in here, this is Miz TV, and I host Miz TV. And you can't host Miz TV. And you can't face me one-on-one at SummerSlam. You are a rookie. Your challenge is denied. You have to earn the right to face me." Logan says, "You don't think I'm ready? You don't think I'm tough enough? I was told I could not last in the ring 8 rounds. I put him on a highlight reel. I committed myself, and I am in my prime, old man. So when you tell me I'm not ready, it motivates me. My sole motivation is to prove you wrong and beat your ass at SummerSlam." And he says next week on MSG he's going to host his own show called Impulse TV and show everyone that he's better than The Miz. He's not surprised that you keep saying no to my SummerSlam challenge. Miz says, why is that? Exactly what everyone expects to hear from someone with tiny balls. Logan then starts the tiny balls chant. The crowd gladly hopping on board. Tiny balls, tiny balls. Miz then shows us his new shirt that says, my balls are massive. And just know, I didn't check yet, but as soon as this show's over, I am going to the WWE shop. Like Triple H and Shawn Michaels would have told you a long time ago. Make sure you head on over to the WWE shop and pick up the latest merchandise. Like, my balls are massive. Great shirt. Great fucking shirt. My balls are massive. Miz accepts the challenge. He goes to attack Logan, but Logan then quickly clotheslines The Miz to the outside to end Monday Night Raw. But now we see Ciampa beating down on Logan Paul, which I thought was cool. Ciampa's getting another spot in the main event of Raw. That was the only thing I was really cool about this. Ciampa in the main event. What'd you think of all this?
I guess you can call that being in the main event.
TV time wise.
No, I hear you. I just felt like his position in this thing was just kind of weird. But it's good. It's good. Miz TV is I'm a fan. I've always been a fan. I think I'm excited. I'm excited to see Logan Paul in the ring again. I mean, he looked really good at me.
Very impressive at WrestleMania.
Oh, really good. So get me hyped up. Excited to see him in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be another... We got some shocking matches at SummerSlam that are actually, show-stealing matches. I think Corbin and Pat McAfee is a very underrated match that's going to be exceptionally entertaining, if anything else. Maybe it won't be the match of the night, but I can assure you that match will be thoroughly entertaining. Miz and Logan Paul, same thing. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be the match of the night, but I think it's going to be thoroughly fucking entertaining because Logan already showed us what he can do. Miz is going to work with a kid. They're going to put on a banger. Probably Ciampa's going to get involved. And Logan's probably going to come out looking like a superstar because you're not going to sign this kid and then have him come here and like take a loss on his first night, right? No? What do you think? What's your prediction on that match?
Yep, I agree 100%.
How about Corbin versus... I think Corbin's going to just beat down Pat. And Pat's going to, take a whooping.
I don't know where to go with that one.
Like, he's going to get his spots, he's going to get his shots, but at the end of the night, Corbin, I think, is going to get the dub. End the days. And maybe this launches maybe Corbin to get a more serious, hopefully. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I want from this.
I don't know.
I don't know any other way to get Corbin sent into a different trajectory other than these stupid gimmick matches. It looks like he's been tied up to these gimmick matches for so long. And I feel so bad for him because he's so fucking talented.
Yeah,
he really is.
I agree. I just don't know
what to do with him, right? I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
What do you do with all these guys?
Repackage the fucking guy as what was the Lone Wolf? Was that him? First?
Yeah. See, they really limited their shit now with this whole undisputed shit because they used to have 2 championship belts, so you could have 2 major storylines going on at the same time. But now that's gone. And the same thing with the tag team titles. That's why the tag team division's been so fucking bad. I even like the idea of KO Bro at this point because there's nothing going on. You think KO Bro has life? No way, right?
Right now? Why not? I mean,
Oh
all WWE is all they've done over the last couple of years is when you need tag team matches, pick guy A and guy C and throw them together, and now they're a tag team.
Pretty much, man. I mean, Ryan's Miz says this is his house and no one can do Miz TV better than me. I'm the Miz and I'm awesome. More SummerSlam hype. And now a new match officially inked in. And that's the end of Monday Night Raw. Would you give a grade to the show? I'm only giving it, honestly, tonight. We did see 2 potential 5-star matches. But then in reality, we got only, a 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
But everything else...
Yeah, I agree. If Raw ended and you saw the match list for the night, you were like, this could be like a 4.5-star Raw. It wasn't. 2 potential 5 stars, like you said, but they didn't get there.
No.
Raw didn't get there. Maybe like a 2.5.
Yeah, that 2.5 sounds just about right. I mean, that's the most, and that's being generous, I think, because the rest of the Raw was so fucking bad that I even, like I said, I even gave one segment a fucking 0 because it was such a waste of fucking time, made no fucking sense. They didn't build it up at all during the night. Not one promo, not one vignette, and that's always my gripe when they just throw these matches out there without any kind of substance, any kind of storyline, storytelling. Even the Theory and AJ match, I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. There could have been a nice promo for that earlier in the night, just to set that up and make it really, get a little excitement. Plus, that should have been the main event. Either that, or Seth and, he's the Money in the Bank winner right now. Your champion's not defending. He's your next guy. Put him in the main event.
Yeah, same here. That should have been the main event.
Logan Paul comes out at 10 o'clock. You do Miss TV 10 o'clock. Tell everybody at 9 o'clock, hey, Logan's going to be on at 10. Everybody comes. Logan should have made a live YouTube video at 9:55. I'll be on Raw in 5 minutes. That's it. Go live. Yeah. I wonder if WWE has any control over his social media now.
It's a good question, because knowing them, they don't let anybody come aboard without certain strings.
Exactly, yeah.
But if there is a exception, like, the amount of followers and the amount of eyes that this guy has the potential to put onto your program, I think he is the exception.
I didn't realize WWE had so many followers on YouTube. I thought they only had like a few million. I checked it recently, and they're like at 77 million. Some crazy fucking number. And Logan's, he's 23 million on YouTube, which is a lot. But 77 is... The fact that this kid almost has half of what WWE has is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, but how many of those 77 million followers have watched like a WWE video on YouTube in the last year, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Oh, they were talking shit about their YouTube stats. They said that they have a total of 70 billion views combined, which is more than the NBA, NFL, NHL, UFC combined.
Since when? Since
today. They put it out there. And they said if you take all our total views...
since when, like, since the beginning of YouTube? Like, they're...
No, this is just overall views. Like, so right now, if I go to the WWE channel on YouTube, right? And I open up the WWE channel, you can go to their page, and then, like, let's say you click on About, right? Total views. 70,073,340,234, and this is from May 10th, 2007.
Okay.
So since 2007, they've amassed 70 billion views. So what they're saying is if you go to NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, and then add up all their fucking total views, we have more than all of them combined. And UFC, which is pretty fucking shocking.
Yeah.
It just shows you how hard, like, to me, all that says, it doesn't say anything that the product is better or the sport is better or any of that. All it says is the fans are so hardcore for WWE. We're craving it 24 hours a day. The people in the NBA, it's seasonal, right? They're not pumping out videos 24 days, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They have their seasons. The only one that's probably pumping out videos yearly is UFC, I would imagine. I mean, I'm sure NBA definitely pumps out videos during the off season, but it's probably nowhere near the amount of content that they do. And on top of this, I don't think the NBA or the NFL or UFC or MLB or NHL have learned how to utilize YouTube the way WWE has. Because if you think about like roster for roster, every sport has a bigger roster than the NBA. I mean, than the WWE, right? Am I right? 100%. NBA has a whole bigger roster than WWE combined. Like superstar for superstar. If you count all the NBA players, it's like 450 NBA players.
Right.
How many WWE superstars are there?
Good question.
And then all the WWE superstars, they all have all their clips go through YouTube. So if you're watching somebody that's from WWE, you're watching the WWE channel. All their views are like intertwined, intercombined. The NBA doesn't do that. They just make general kind of videos and pump them out there. They don't make they don't have like sections, I think, for just like all their superstars, like really, really, like focusing in on every player, like every player having their own section on YouTube for their highlights and their clips. I just don't think the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, they're not uploading clips the way the WWE is. They're not doing it the Vince McMahon way. Because whoever he has running his social, they might be the best fucking in the world at this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers don't lie. Like, it's crazy. 70 billion views. I mean, like, I'm gonna look at the NBA just to see what their fucking number is, just out of curiosity, because I don't know. I have no fucking idea, but I'm gonna find out. So they have 10 billion, almost 11, and this is from 2005. Their page is even older than WWE's page. So you're telling me the National Basketball Association, right, that has, what, 32 teams? They have G Leagues. They have, you know, connections all around the world. It's a sport watched all around the world. Replayed on ESPN and multiple other channels. It's on TBS. It's on TNT. All this shit. Playoffs, money, highlights for fucking days. You're talking about 82 games a year times 32. How many highlights is that? How many highlight videos? So now, I guess the best way to really do this would see, you'd have to, I don't know if there's any way to find out, like how many videos does the NBA have uploaded total, right? And then compare that number to what the WWE has uploaded total. And I bet you that would tell the fucking story. Not to mention that WWE can go back in time and they have legendary, like, if you add up NBA legends and wrestling legends, which list do you think is longer?
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like superstars. Like if you go back from the 60s till now, and you add up every legend in the history of the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, the MLB, add them all up, right? Just to get the number for each one individually. And then compare that to the number of certified, bona fide fucking legends from pro wrestling. I guarantee you the number would be fucking mind-boggling and staggering. You wouldn't be able to fathom how many fucking legends there really are. I mean, they might not be a legend to you or me or this or that, but they're considered legends in the business of wrestling. There's probably like 400 or 500 of them. The NBA don't even have like maybe 120 legends or something like that, like certified legends.
Yeah.
You know, like legends. I don't know. NFL, how many does the NFL have? 120? 130? Probably the same thing. I don't think it's in the hundreds, like 200, 300, 400. I'm sure they have a lot of guys that are Hall of Famers and shit like that. Their Hall of Fame numbers are obviously probably way bigger than WWE's. Because WWE, you know how many Hall of Fame inductees it has?
How many is it?
135. NBA does that in a couple of years. they put way more people in the Hall of Fame than WWE does.
Yeah.
But the WWE Hall of Fame can't even be taken seriously until they get a physical building, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you can go see the NBA Hall of Fame, you can see the NFL Hall of Fame. Where's the WWE Hall of Fame? Why don't they have a wing in Connecticut next to the place and build a fucking Hall of Fame for it? People would come.
Yeah, and Great Khali his own wing too.
Great Khali? Damn, bro. That was harsh. Poor Khali. What'd Khali do to you? Did you hear about Ric Flair's last match opponent tonight?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, the guy, you could put the guy up against a statue, a dummy right now. I don't think anything makes a difference. It's going to be a fucking shit show.
I'm honestly, I'm pretty disappointed in it because he made an announcement earlier today. WWE, my last match with one of your guys. Live, you'll find out 6:05 p.m., whatever. So I was thinking, oh shit, okay, he got somebody from Raw, huh? Who did he get? I'm thinking a wrestler, not somebody that's been creative right now. I'm thinking maybe Randy, maybe Edge, maybe somebody. I don't know, somebody legitimate, you know? Maybe even Seth. I don't know. But no, it's Jeff Jarrett. You know how underwhelming that news is to me when I found out that was the match? Do you think I wanted to run out and make sure I order that pay-per-view?
No, I had no expectations for it. I didn't think it was going to be anybody big, so I didn't really care before or after. But I mean, who would want this match anyway? I mean, oh my god.
Somebody that loves Ric Flair, but it's just I'm annoyed now because I love Ric Flair and let him do whatever he wants, but I'm just so sick of these last matches because he's had 5 now. If you really add them all up from the time he fought Shawn Michaels, I don't know if you know about the other 4 matches he's had, but he's had 4 other fucking matches. You don't talk about them a lot.
It's hard to like put someone out of their misery in a good way, and I thought his ending with Shawn was fucking great, man. Great. I mean, come on.
What better way?
Oh, and Shawn, as always, I mean, he just carries everyone.
What better way to go out?
Right before he went in for Sweet Chin Music, the whole "I'm sorry, I love you." Oh, it was great, bro. It was so good.
No, what better way to go out than that? That's how you ride off into the sunset. But I don't know. He probably needs money. He's probably getting a lot of money for doing this, for the pay-per-view buys and all the merch and all that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even think he needs money. I think he just needs to do this because he feels like he needs to do this. So, as long as he has the ability, go for it. But I just wish the match was going to be against somebody that is like more high caliber. Like, to me, I don't look at Jeff Jarrett as a world champion. Even though he's a 5-time NWA world champion, I still don't look at him as a world champion because he never won one of the belts that I really respected. He never won the WCW world title, never won the WWE world title. Meanwhile, you have a guy here, Ric Flair, who has done it all in every promotion, and he's been the guy. Jarrett, when he was the guy in NWA, to me, that's not the guy because you weren't the guy in like the '80s NWA.
He was still, I mean, yeah. Although, I mean, the Intercontinental title still had weight.
All right, granted, Intercontinental, but I'm talking about world heavyweight caliber picture. When we talk about world heavyweight, Ric Flair is one of the first person that comes to mind because he's a 16-time champion. Although he'll tell you he's like a 19 or 20-time champion if you count some other fucking titles that he won. I don't know. It's just I don't see him in that caliber. Like I see, when I think of Ric Flair, I think of guys like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. I see him on that kind of threshold. I don't see Jeff Jarrett head anywhere near that threshold. He's like down here somewhere, along with all these other guys like the Road Dogs and the Billy Gunns and the Val Venuses and the D'Lo Browns and the Ken Shamrocks and I can keep going and going, but I don't see him up there with H. You see him up there with Triple H and Stone Cold?
No, definitely not. Definitely. I understand what you're saying.
I wonder how much money they would have made if they would have just said it's going to be Stone Cold versus Ric Flair. People would order that. People would pay.
I would definitely order that train wreck without a question.
People would pay. And Stone Cold loves Flair. I wonder how Jeff Jarrett was able to finagle that way. Maybe he said, I can work for you, WWE, but I'm doing this thing with Flair. It doesn't matter what you say. I got to do it. Because he's under contract right now for WWE, and he's going to be competing, at SummerSlam as a guest referee, and then the next day, and you know what's funny? SummerSlam's in Nashville. Ric Flair's last match is in Nashville, which is smart. They probably booked it around SummerSlam on purpose, because what easier way to make money off the cash grab? You're going after that SummerSlam cash grab. People are still going to be in town because SummerSlam's on Saturday. And they're like, perfect. We'll do our show on Sunday. People are still going to be here. They're going away for the weekend. We're definitely going to sell this shit out. So, I mean, the marketing on it's smart. But I feel like if you want to justify people paying money for this, you should put a fucking superstar in that fucking ring across from. And not to take anything away from Andrade or Jay Lethal. They're both superstars. But again, they're not on that threshold I was talking about. Not for me. I just don't see it. I don't know. You have anything else you want to cover, spit out, talk about?
Nah, man. I think next time we talk, we're going to be critiquing the freaking Shark Cage match.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, the only thing that would actually save that match is if there really was a fucking shark in that match.
Right? Like, what if he dumped Eddie in there? Like he went off script and said, fuck it, he dumped him in there, and you're watching Eddie Kingston live on TBS get eaten by a shark?
That would be some shit. That would be some shit. But that's not going to happen. There ain't going to be a shark in fucking sight. It would be cool if they had, like, an illusion of a shark or something. Maybe, like, Or fuck it. Why not? Yeah, get a real fucking big pool, put a couple of sharks in there, and then the sharking. Make it exciting. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about it, just the guys in a cage. That's whack.
Imagine you put a spot where they're at the top and they're gonna like fall in and they're both like fake, like they're doing a spot back and forth. Like he's about to faint and go in, but catches himself and they go back and forth.
Bro, they have the connections in Orlando. They should just get the fucking shark from the Jaws ride. That CGI. Shit looks real as fuck anyway. Not even CGI. They do the whole match outside Universal at the Jaws theme park, and you have the shark swimming around that thing with the shark hit. That's what I would have did if I was Tony Khan. Build a ring out there. You know he's got the connects in Florida over there. He could make one phone call, make anything happen. Guy's got that fucking Elon Musk money. Pissing me off. Must be nice. Just open up your phone and make anything a reality.
Indeed.
Oh. We'll see what happens on Dynamite. Tomorrow's NXT. I know you're not watching that shit. Anyway, this has been Wrestling with Savage. Gilch, thank you for joining us. If you guys are still watching, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. You can also listen to us on Spotify in your car anytime. We have a pretty good catalog of episodes now. And we're going to keep going. Obviously, we got NXT tomorrow night, AEW Wednesday night. Unfortunately, we are somebody's gonna watch SmackDown with me, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll be by myself again. And then I'll definitely be online Saturday to bring you live play-by-play commentary of SummerSlam. And Sunday night, there's a sliver of a chance that I will bring you live commentary and play-by-play for Ric Flair's last fucking match. Because as much as I don't want to watch this match, I have to probably watch it. Because it's one of Ric Flair's final matches again. His fifth one.
SummerSlam is next Saturday, right?
Next Saturday. Yeah, that's right, next Saturday. I'm bugging. I'm skipping a little ahead. So
you good. Just want to make sure.
No, I'm out of it. I'm tired. Obviously, we're going to end the show now. NXT, AEW, SmackDown. We do one more week of this, and then we get to SummerSlam and Ric Flair's last match. I wish SummerSlam was this Saturday, but no. We got to wait. And the only reason I want it to be this Saturday is because I can't wait for everything that we've been saying to just come true. That's the payoff for me right now at this point. Because I'm pretty invested in theory, and I've been backing them up because I don't feel like they tell you usually this much. Like, they're pretty much telling you exactly what they're going to do.
That's it. They went outside the box by saying, this is what you're going to say in your promo, and he's just saying exactly what's going to happen. And anyone who keeps overthinking it, they're telling you, and that's it. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Gilch, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night for NXT. I'm sure Jay will be here with Bills on to talk about fucking Xeon, whatever the fuck. And we'll see who's going to fight Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship tomorrow night. Everybody have a good night. God bless. This is my cousin, Crittext. Follow him on YouTube. He's going to take us out with our little theme song we have. Everybody have a good night. Peace.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.